about the struggle her family is in since her father lost his hands in an industrial accident. She says Worksafebc abandoned her family when they needed help the most. And now they've reached out to Global BC to tell their story. John Watt reports.
They tried to do everything they could to save his hands, which were burnt to the bone.
Words on a page. They describe pressures no 12-year-old should have to bear.
And it'll just be hard because I'll just have to feed him, and trying to fit homework in there with it, it just gets too busy.
Krista Atlio's letter a public appeal after her father, 45-year-old Terrace Atlio, lost both his hands in a BC hydro accident last November. The adjustment tough on the entire family of 5, but made a little easier thanks to home support provided by Worksafebc.
It was just like a normal life. Like, you didn't have to worry about your dad.
That is until they say Worksafebc told them a home support worker 8 hours a day, 7 days a week was no longer needed, instead giving the family $2,000 a month to contract out their own care.
This is about finding the best way possible to move him forward independently so that he grows in his ability to move forward on his own.
We called the home care company the Atlios were using. They told us the quote for the level of service Atlio was getting runs more than $7,000 a month.
You want to pin me down and you want me to say that he should get $7,000 a month rather than $2,000 a month. I don't have an answer for you on that. What I can answer you on is that we're more than willing to work with him.
When I had hands and I was helping my children to learn to ride their bike, and I would give them a nudge, but I would be there also at the same time until I knew they were ready and steady.
In the meantime, the care has now fallen to the family, helping out with everything from taking his medication to putting on his prosthetics.
The family dynamic has changed for sure. The children have become caregivers, and it's frustrating for me.
Leaving a child to now worry about both her parents.
I felt really bad for her, so I kept helping my dad as much as I could to try to take all the weight off her back.
Perhaps the hardest thing for a 12-year-old to understand, what good is any kind of support if the family continues to suffer?
If they can just come back and help my dad.
Oh, that poor little girl, John. John Watt live in our newsroom right now with more on this story. So what happens next for this family?
Well, Worksafebc's response shifted a bit this afternoon after saying they were open to talking to the family about changes to Terrace Atlio's care. They now say they told him in May he was progressing enough to only need $2,000 worth of care. And if the family wants to dispute that, they can formally appeal. We spoke to the family. They say that conversation never happened, but have already launched a formal appeal when the home care was pulled in July. Chris.
All right, John, thanks very much. Vancouver recorded 6